Hello and welcome to Park Live, the show that makes sure you've got all the information as City take on Mansfield Town at 3 p.m. on Saturday.
Attacking the St James Road end. Nicky Law has it. Little ball inside. Here's an opportunity for Martin. Oh! City have scored! A great goal from City. Martin played the ball in, and there was Matt J to finish it off.
Now, of course, thanks to Nicky Law's late winner up at Morecambe, the Grecians picked up a 3-2 win. As for Mansfield, they come into the game after a 0-0 draw with Stevenage.
Opportunity for Exeter, break down the left-hand side. It's a good ball back, and it's the opening goal. Gets the return ball, and there's a clever ball played through. Taylor goes down, but the attack keeps going, and it's 2-0. Come forward with it though, and Sandra from distance. Oh, and it's in. And Morecambe have got a route back. Nice cushion ball over the top. It's Alessandra, and early in the second half, Morecambe are level. Launched into the penalty area. Good flick on as well, and Roach almost beaten at his near post, but he is this time. Morecambe's defence stood static.
Matt Taylor wants his side to continue their good form, and they also want to create an atmosphere at St James Park.
Got some top players at this level, simple as that. They got in the playoffs last year. I fully expect them to be challenging top of the table this season, despite the start they've had. And it's not a poor start, it's just a difficult league to pick up points. Like I say, they've had a few injuries, and we understand that. But I fully expect Mansfield to be towards the top end of this table, and rightly so in terms of the size of the club and size of the budget and the players they've got at that football club. Hopefully we're trying to get them at a good time. We're in good form, and obviously they've picked up certain points away from home this season, but we want to win our home games. We want to give our home fans something to shout about, and I feel it'll be two good teams going at it. Who comes out on top will be based on and dependent on the performance.
Lee Martin, who of course scored at Morecambe, wants the side to continue their hard work to maintain this positive start to the season.
You know, to come away from the draw against Swindon and be disappointed, and not to have the full 3 points. So, but it's a process. It's still early, and we want to sort of continue that good run.
Yeah, because Exeter City did actually go top with the victory against Morecambe, but it's only 5 games, so I suppose it's just extending that good start into a great start, isn't it? Yeah,
I think it's too early, way too early to look at the league position. It's obviously a bonus, but for us, we just need to continue working hard during the week and putting in performances on a Saturday.
Now, as always at St James Park, there's lots to do for the youngsters. There'll be a target shot outside in Red Square so you can test your skills, and there's also free face painting and the Guard of Honour as well. So we're joined again by Simon. Simon, you've recently returned from your travels up north.
Yeah.
How did they go? Obviously, Oldham 0-0 and then the Morecambe a positive win.
I was very impressed with the performance at Oldham, actually, in terms of the amount of chances we created and how solid we looked defensively. So I was really encouraged by that performance, even though we only got a point. So going into the Morecambe game, I was confident we would, if we matched the performance against Oldham, we would come away with a victory, and so it proved. We were very clinical up at Morecambe, took our chances really well, and the fact that we were a little bit unfortunate to concede just before half-time, but the fact that Morecambe came back into the game looked really strong, and on the back of a long week, a lot of travelling, a hot day in the sun, they found that extra 5% from somewhere and ended up going on and winning the game and looking the stronger in the final few minutes. So the Morecambe victory was superb.
Matt's mentioned about the team having a character. We've seen that with the late goals that we've seen. There's something that must bode well for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you're gonna be tested mentally. Obviously physically throughout the season, but there are going to be occasions where you're going to be behind in games, or you're going to be thinking, oh, this isn't our day in matches, and to have that character and that strength, which we've already shown this season, just to keep going, keep battling, that something's going to turn for you, is a really strong characteristic for a side looking to get promoted.
3 different goal scorers as well. That must bode well in terms of goals coming from everywhere.
Yeah, goals have come from everywhere right throughout this season so far. And when you actually look at the assist records as well, they've all been shared out. There's no one with more than 2 assists for so far this season. You know, the likes of Nicky Law, Lee Martin, Jake Taylor, they've all got on on the assist as well as the goal trail as well. So, you know, that's again a sign of a very good side.
Mansfield, a bit of an indifferent start to the season, but when you look at their 11, they're very strong, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very strong. They're very strong here when they came end of last season. They've got a lot of pace. They're good on the counter, which I think, when I look at it, I think they've got a good result away at Carlisle, big open pitch, plenty of space to play in, and they got a point away at Newport, and Newport's a very difficult place to go. They've lost to Leyton Orient at home, but that was to a last minute goal where they were actually looking the more likely in the closing stages to push on and go and win it. So you can't really tell from 5 games where Mansfield are going to finish this season, but if actually you look at their performances and their side, you would say that they're going to be, you know, battling for those top 3 places.
You expecting a tight game in terms of not many goals in it, or? No,
I expect goals tomorrow. I think they've got so much going forward, and actually on the back of how we've performed going forward in over the last week as well, I think we're creating chances as well. I think our defence is strong, but I think they're going to be put to the test by Mansfield. So I think there's goals in both sides. So I expect both teams to score. If I was going to, you know, put a bet prediction out there.
And I just want to touch on the new initiative that's been launched by the Supporters Trust, the Stars Academy. It's a fundraiser to raise money for the academy. Obviously, it's something everyone at the club kind of really wants to get behind.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the players the academy have produced over the last few years, during my time watching Exeter City, the likes of Matt Grimes, Ethan Ampadu, Oliver Watkins, you know, and then recent ones even in the first team, the likes of Archie Collins and Jack Sparks. You just wonder where Exeter City would be if they didn't have such a successful academy producing players that are going on and playing at such a higher level. It's a real backbone of this football club, and it really needs to be supported. So, you know, if the fans, you know, can help with that fundraising effort and you know, keep the academy producing these brilliant, talented young footballers, then it's a really good cause.
And there'll be lots of information for you guys to get involved in terms of, there'll be a programme article and an article on the website as well. Simon, finally, a score prediction for Saturday?
3-2 City.
3-2 City, there we go. And that's it from this week's Park Life. Be sure to join us next time.